Now, what does God have to say about the immorality of American young people? I've had enough. God has seen your wickedness. You tell me why God's going to spare America from judgment. Tell me. Give me one reason. Are all the sodomites and the lesbians and the sadomasochists and the rapists, are they going to repent and turn to God in humility? Is one of them going to do it? Are our government leaders in Washington and in our state houses going to put sackcloth on them and sit in ash heaps and in godly sorrow repent for their drunkenness and their covetousness and their corruption? Do you see any government leader doing that? Are the American people going to suddenly become broken-hearted for their sins and confess that they have forgotten God and sitting before idols and worshiping sex and sports? You say God's going to spare America because we're so charitable to poor nations? That's a farce. We have given less to starving children than we have spent on a single battleship. Give me one reason why God should spare America. We're a wicked people in America now. We're overrun with sodomites. We're reeling in the streets from drunkenness. We're the most drug-crazed nation on earth. We're a violent nation now. Child abuse, child beating, abortion. Not a street in America safe to walk on. Not a house is secure from robbers. Not a store that's not been harassed by shoplifters and thieves.
Can a nation be turned back to you?
To our young people now, violence is a way of life. Our big city schools are now installing metal detectors to detect the weapons and the knives of the kids coming in. Millions of our young people are dying. Suicide, knife down, gun down, overdosing.
Can a nation be turned back to you?
And I hear an awesome sound of a gathering storm, and I hear the thunder of God ringing in my soul. And the Spirit cries out that America is wicked, and the cup of wrath is filled.
We're on our knees again.
You say God is going to judge us? Why? What's the sin? The answer? Because your fathers have forsaken me, saith the Lord, and have walked after other gods, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my word. And he said, your parents worship idols, and we know idols today of sex and sports and success.
Let this nation be saved.
You out-sin your evil parents. You're pleasure mad. You indulge in everything your imagination can conjure. God must judge this generation of American young people. And the battle today is not parents against young people. This is a battle between God and the devil. And the devil's using you as a pawn in this battle, only to establish a kingdom for himself. He's trying to get at God. And how frightful to be caught up in the judgment of God against the devil, and you have to be a part of God's judgment on Satan because you're becoming child. We have thousands of preachers inundated with tons of Bibles and literature and magazines and books and radio and television and newspapers. Everyone sounding alarm and hardly anyone listening. Now, those of us who preach like that are called doomsday preachers. We're laughed at mostly by so-called ministers of the gospel who accuse us of preaching law, of not understanding the mercy and grace of God. We're told that we just scare people and we look only on the dark side, but I tell you, that doesn't matter anymore. Doesn't matter. And you've become children in whom there is no faith. Children in whom there is no faith. The walls are down, the gates have fallen, and the enemy has moved in. Wake up! Be saved in how you save yourself. If a man lose his life, he saves it.
And begin